I'm atop this sand dune, and one of the things you'll see are these long linear tracks of exposed mineral soil, and in between them the ground heather and the lichen. And so right now I'm right over top of, in between the tracks of a machine, and actually this area was site prepped after it was harvested in order to plant jack pine seedlings. And so this is one of the forest management tools that people have used in the past. Although it's a very sandy site and not a whole lot of competition, and so site prep probably wasn't really needed here. But that explains the markings that we have, these linear features. In this area. So I'm up on the sand dune, and there have been some of these planted trees, and this is just interesting from a forestry perspective. But this is a jack pine tree, and it is supposed to have a taproot, and I believe because of the kind of material they use for planting, whether it was bare root or a container stock, you can see that this tree really has no taproot, and it's almost kind of deformed, and it almost looks somewhat like a J root. And so there's been a strong wind come through here and has actually blown this tree over. And you can see there are some other trees like this one straight ahead of me, which is leaning over. And so because of the kind of planting stock and the way this was planted, these trees, once they get to a certain age and get a certain size canopy, will fall over. And here's another example of that over here. Here's another tree. You can see that it's got a little bit of a taproot, but the majority of all the lateral roots on it, these ones here and over here, are all on one side of the tree. And so because this doesn't have roots symmetrically around the base of the tree, it makes it more prone to wind throw. And there could be a lot of places in this province, depending on the planting stock and how it was planted, that we may have created these artificial conditions, root systems, that are not conducive for large trees, and in the event of a large wind, they will actually blow over. So that's what we're seeing up here. Kind of an interesting little fact, but something that does happen that I've seen in other places in the province. And this is why a lot of people have moved away from a bare root stock to using container stock. And hopefully the rest of these trees are able to make it.